Hi everybody, Salam Alaikum. I'm Priscilla, host of Salam Mama on DeenTV. Always on, always live. We're here today, headed out to a local farm, Great Country Farms. It's about 15 minutes from our house, and we come every week to pick up our CSA share. What does CSA stand for? That is an excellent question. Do you guys know? What does CSA stand for?
Community Supported Agriculture.
Exactly, Community Supported Agriculture. So we hope that you'll stick around, come on a wagon ride with us, and see whether we can get any blueberries out of these wet fields. Let's go. Somehow we'll find our way. We'll find the other side. Peace for you and I. Salam, 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 salam. Please. Okay guys, we gotta get these on. We're headed out to the blueberry fields now. We came prepared for a sunny day, but part of a CSA is that you take the good, the bad, and the ugly with the farmers. So it's a rainy day, we're going out, we're picking blueberries on a rainy day. Guys, you wanna get your bands on? Take one down, pass it around. Hopefully we won't get hit with the sudden downpour when we're out there. Who's ready for lots of blueberries? So we're at Great Country Farms, and it's a farm maybe 15 minutes from our home. What you do is you pay an annual fee to become a member of a farm, and it's called Community Supported Agriculture. It means what it says. And so it's kind of like you own part of the farm and you're taking the risk with the farm. So last year one example is last year we came out and I'd never had black raspberries in my life. And we tried them out here. I'd never even heard of them, and they were so scrumptious. So this year I was waiting for black raspberry season again and brought my big tray the week that they were supposed to be ready to be picked. And because of the rains and the weather that we had this past winter, there are no black raspberries this year. On the plus side, we've got lots of blueberries. So for the second week in a row, we're picking blueberries. And so, you know, no complaints, but point being, it's kind of because it's community, the community part of it, we're in this together. So whatever we all put our money in to do together is what we reap in the harvest as the weeks go by throughout the year. And this particular CSA runs from mid-spring to mid-fall, so about 20 weeks, and it's everything from strawberries to chard to peaches, all kinds of local lettuces, and really just 15 minutes from our house. So that's about as local as someone like me who can't grow anything, not even a cactus. That's about as local as it's going to get for our family. It's really important to support local farms. It keeps revenue in terms of local economy. It keeps it in your local area, which is good for everybody. There's a lower carbon footprint because you know that your produce is traveling from down the road versus somewhere else in the country or even in a whole other hemisphere. Like sometimes you see grapes at the grocery store that are from South America, and we love South America and we love South American grapes, but it's better to keep our produce local. It's better long-term for the economy as well as for the carbon footprint. Another reason that it's good to support local agriculture is because you know when you're buying that bunch of grapes or you're buying that head of lettuce that you're supporting local farms, which means local families. And so this is how they live, this is their livelihood. And so you're helping to send their daughter to ballet classes or send their son to music lessons versus buying a huge corporate jet like some big corporations would have. Okay, and we're ready to get off. Let's disembark, everybody. So how are you gonna pick and hold an umbrella at the same time? You'll pick. So these white ones aren't ready. If you were to take one of these and bite it, it'd be really, really bitter. So we don't want one of those, right? Is that yummy?
Yep.
Yep. And you can taste the difference when your produce is fresh, when it hasn't been sprayed, when it literally just got picked and it's not already starting to deteriorate while it's sitting at the grocery store. You can tell the difference when you taste it. And you know, not that there's anything wrong with grocery stores, because if I have a craving for a blueberry in December and there's snow on the ground, I will go buy some from the grocery store. But my first choice is still gonna be fresh and local, and that's what we're gonna buy for home. Want one more before we look for another bush? Yeah? Okay, so these are the ones you don't want to pick. They will not taste yummy if you were to pull one of these. Eventually they change from this white color to a more pinkish color, and then you can see where these are partly pink and partly purple or dark blue. And then eventually they become completely dark blue. And if I can get this one off, that's when you know that it's ready to eat. No sugar required, yum. Apparently this part of the field has already been picked through. There are hundreds of families that are members of this particular CSA. This farm actually is over 20 years old, and it's very popular in this area. So I'm sure in the past 2 weeks since blueberry season started, lots of probably thousands of people and their families and their children have been out here. So these bushes where we got really lucky last week and picked a lot of berries are all picked through. But since I haven't seen my kids in about 10 minutes, I'm guessing way over there where they are that there are a lot of berries. So we're gonna head over there, see if that's the best kept secret in blueberry picking this week, and see how lucky we get. As far as I'm concerned, this is part of the experience. You know, I like that my kids know where their food comes from, and that includes blueberries, and that includes being out in the blueberry fields. Even when it's raining, it's not exactly a downpour, but you know, it's a nice reminder that it's not going to always be the picturesque, you know, sunny farm days with the bright blue sky and the poofy white clouds in the background. Some days out at the farm, it's just like this, and it's raining, it's pouring, and you got to be careful where you step, and you got to bring an umbrella. But I like that my kids, in that way, they are in touch with where their food comes from. That's important to us. It's important for them to know that it takes all kinds of seasons, all kinds of weather. I'm sure that all this rain, even though it wasn't good for the strawberries, it'll be good for something later this season. We'll see, I guess, when the harvest comes in and we get our email from our farmers saying, all right, this is what we're picking this week, everybody come out. Are you happy that we came or not happy that we came?
Very happy.
Very happy that we came, even though you're a lot wet?
Yep.
Okay, you enjoy picking blueberries?
Yep.
Yeah? Alrighty, so, wow. Now we know where all the good pickings were. Okay, so we need to transfer that in here because every week when we come, we already paid for this tray, and on our way out, it will all get weighed, whatever produce that week that we picked. So the machine that they have already has this zeroed out or whatever, so that we don't have to pay for it a second time. So we're gonna transfer the blueberries into here so then they can be properly weighed when we're leaving. With lots of water too. Okay, yeah. This is definitely a lot more than what we had, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, this is where our blueberry muffins and blueberry pies and blueberry pancakes are gonna come from. This stuff right here. Wow. Look at that. Look at the size of it. This is a blueberry, and I'm putting it in the middle of my hand, and look how big it is.
Yeah, I think that's a strawberry that
It's a strawberry that wants to be a blueberry. Exactly. I think you're right.
I think this one's a lot.
Yeah, we got about halfway up. That's pretty awesome.
It's like this much for pancakes.
Don't eat anyone.
This much for muffins. This much for pie. No. This much for pie and this for eating breakfast.
Okay, let me flatten them
No,
out.
that's for cereal.
Sorry.
Well, I obviously got soaked while I was picking
really big, juicy blueberries that are super yummy, and they're organic and really healthy for you. So, and it was really fun.
So we're here with Mr. and Mrs. Zerschmied. They are the owners and farmers of Great Country Farms, and our family has been members of their CSA for a couple of years now, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about why it's important to buy local.
Well, one of the things about supporting the local economy, you purchase here, but we also do our best to purchase locally. So, for example, this year we did all of our starts for our plants for broccoli and greens and things like that.
Tomatoes.
With Lang's greenhouse, and they are about 15 minutes from us, and they, so they purchase all that seed and it all goes in. We have control over our seed being non-GMO that way, and then keep that money in the economy rather than purchasing plant starts from Georgia. Or the other really big reason, you mentioned the footprint and the economy, but when you purchase locally, things are picked much more closer to the time you consume them. So a tomato has a chance to ripen on the vine and reach its full flavor versus being picked green and packed in a box and shipped and gassed to get it to turn red. So the flavor of what you eat should be just incredibly different and better. We were actually eating apricots last night, and that's just an item that you don't find in the markets at all because of the cost to grow them and ship them, and they're not good until they're fully ripened, and then you have to pick them right away. So there's just a lot of nuances that make buying local there's that much more special.
So anyway, so thank you for taking the time. Thank you for all the work that you all do here. 20 plus years now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So you've been local since before local was cool, which is awesome. So thank you.
We're glad to be here. Thanks.
Appreciate
for coming out.
Yeah.
Alrighty, everybody. So what are we going to make? Mr. Zerschmied wants to know what we're going to make with all the blueberries. Preserves? Thanks for joining us here on the Salam Mama show. We're glad that you stuck around and saw us picking blueberries in the rain. I think we're almost dry. So look for some local food in your area, and don't be intimidated if it's not a sunny day. We picked ours in the rain, and you can too. Y'all ready to go home?
Yes.
Let's go. Assalamualaikum.
People coming back. I am the Dean you know. I am the Dean you need. I am the Dean you love. Please come back to me.